Hello, 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 everyone. It is ElCid 932 on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're having a happy Friday. I hope it is a happy Friday right before a holiday. If you're here in the US, it is Labor Day on Monday, so we will be having a long weekend. Some of us, not all of us, but I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. If I do sound nasally, I'm sorry. All this week I've been battling a cold and it's like drying up now. So you know how that feels. So let's see who's here. Hey Sam, glad to have you here. Glad to see you are here. Sam put me to work this week, okay? Sam put me to work this week in the post. Hey Moon Dust Angel, glad to have you here. And K Sharp, glad to see you here. Make sure y'all do like the live, okay? That is one wonderful free way to support the channel. And if you can't, just join a members live one time. You have to join the membership. Yes, girl. You had me working this week, okay? Hey, Nestos, shackle shuffle walk of shame. Okay? I had to hide my hair, so Nestos ain't got too much to say this week. But she gonna have something to say. I know. Trust and believe Nestor gonna have something to say. Hey, let's talk about it all. You'll try to hold back the tomatoes since I'm recovering. Girl, I could still duck, dodge, and dodge. Duck, dip, dodge, and dodge those tomatoes. This ain't my list, okay? Hey, Miss Mad About Music, glad to see you are here. Glad everybody's excited. Those who are in the membership, you know what year in music we're going to be covering today. And y'all, I have a busy schedule this week. I have a post out. Y'all know I love my post. I love my shorts as much as I love my lives. So today is our unscripted as we are here. Tomorrow is going to be Project Runway. Sunday, we're going to have two lives. We're going to have the watch party, or watching the reunion for Love is Blind UK. It is happening around 4 p.m. our time, but 9 o'clock UK time. So I'll be here, and we're having a members live later. Oh, it's going to be spicy. I done changed the name. It's going to be a little different. Got a whole bunch of stuff in there. And then Monday, I'm going to do the regular unsolicited advice for everybody. Okay? You sorry for all the homework, girl? You had me laughing, though. You had me laughing. I'm glad that everyone is saying hello in the chat. And for those who are not members, the year in music we are doing today is a year before I was even born. Should I even say that? Wait a minute. Should I even say I wasn't even around to be appreciating this music? This music may be how I was conceived, though. Should I even say that? Okay. Should I even be saying that? That I may have been conceived under some of this music. So I'll be ducking and dodging. Girl, I don't know what. The tomatoes, yes. But I don't know what else you're trying to insinuate, Nestor, shackle, shuffle, walk of shame. I don't know. I need you to be specific, okay? Anybody else in the chat can give me a little bit, but I need you to be specific. But I may have been, now that I'm thinking about it, I may have been conceived under some of this R&B music. I need to talk to my mother, okay? This is 1975, y'all. The year in music is 1975. We have had two posts. One had a laundry list of what we, want to do. But hey, 1975. Now, the Billboard Top 10 1975, I wasn't feeling it. Okay, I was not feeling it. The R&B side, yes. But the regular side, we're going to go through that real quick because I was not feeling it. I know some of them, but I wasn't feeling them. So let's start off 1975, the list of Billboard magazine's top 10 hits for 1975. Number 10, Eagles, One of These Nights. Now, this is one of their slow rock ballads. I had to go back, even though I know a lot of Eagles music, I know all of the other stuff. I don't know this, okay? I don't know this. Oh, Miss Bad About Music is also confessing, okay? It is, she was 10 years old. Okay, Miss Bad About Music. No, I don't dodge those, girl. And that's for a member live, Nestos. Don't get me in trouble out here in these regular YouTube streets. No, I don't dodge those. Hey, let's talk about it all. You and me, girl. We weren't born yet, but I may have been conceived. I wasn't too far back. I like the Eagles. They were considered soft rock, I think. Yes, this was one of those where the drummer was the lead singer, the same one who was the lead singer during Hotel California and their bigger hits. But this was one of their soft rock periods, one of these nights. Next up was Laughter in the Rain, Neil Sedaka. Ooh, I hear laughter in the rain. That is that song. I was like, what in the world? I remember this, but I did not know who it was. I did not know that's the name of the song. But number 9 is Laughter in the Rain by Neil Sedaka. Ooh, I hear laughter in the rain, holding hands, with the one I love. I was like, oh, that's what this is. Oh, it was number 9 in the top 10 in 75? Okay. Okay. So hey, Bad About Music said at 10 she was loving Neil Sedaka. Okay. Now number 8 though, I know this because I'm radical. I'm a little radical. So number 8 is right up my alley. Number 8 is Fame by David Bowie. Fame. Oh, I love Fame by David Bowie. Absolutely one of my faves. I was like, ooh, that was 1975? That was that long ago? Wow. That was when David Bowie was, all in his, punk rock era. Okay? Yes, Fame by David Bowie is number 8. Okay? That should be number 1. I bet it should be, Miss Mad About Music. When you hear about who's at number 1, I would be with you. Okay? Now number 7. We have to check our hostess. She's doing what grown women do. The Nestos, come check me. Sunday is our members live. Sunday, check me. We could really talk about what you think I'm dodging. Okay. So number 7 is Earth, Wind, and Fire. Okay. Earth, Wind, and Fire comes in strong with Shining Star. You are a shining star no matter who you are. Shining Star, Earth, Wind, and Fire is strong at number 7. David Bowie loved Luther Vandross and encouraged him to strike out on his own. Yes, he did love him. He loved his voice and everything and told him, yeah, stop singing backup. You ain't nobody's backup. Do your own thing. Yes, so yes, Earth, Wind, and Fire, you are a shining star no matter who you are. Number 7. I really like that song. Hey, Lady T-Bug, you're driving but listening. Glad to have you here. Now, y'all, please, I always remind you, Lady T-Bug's channel is all about true crime. And she's following some major cases. So please check out her channel, okay? And usually you'll find me either in the bushes or there when she's usually covering stuff. Earth, Wind, and Fire, shocked they're not a bit higher. I saw what you did there, Sam, even if you didn't mean to rhyme. Yes, I thought so too. Shining bright to see who you could truly be. Yes, you finishing the lyrics, Ms. Mad About Music. Well, they're going to be higher in the R&B. Remember, this is all around, okay? We're not sure all the spins were counted back in 1975 fairly, okay? We don't know. So number 6 is Some Kind of Wonderful by Grand Funk Railroad. Some Kind of Wonderful, I listened to it. I don't remember it, so I don't know. Shining Star, okay. Glad we got a song for Nestos. Shackle, Shuffle, Walk of Shame. But yeah, Some Kind of Wonderful by Grand Funk Railroad. I have no idea. A number 6, no idea. I listened to it and I listened to it again, and I was like, I know the original was by the Drifters, but it was really fun. But I have not heard this one. Okay. So number 5. Okay, I know this one. Frank Valli. I know this song because my grandfather used to play it. He used to dance with my grandmother with this song, but I thought it was kind of stalkerish when I got older and listened to it, really listened to the lyrics. But My Eyes Adored You is number 5. My Eyes Adored You. Though I'll never laid a hand on you, my eyes adored you. See, when you start listening to the lyrics, he envisioned himself carrying her books, taking, walking her to school, but he never got really close to her. He always watched her from afar. And those are kind of stalker songs. I'm like, it sounds wonderful. It sounds real catchy. He sings so very well. But it's like, my eyes adored you. You didn't even know how much I adored you. So close, but yet so far away. Yeah. I can understand it being that high up, but yeah, that one kind of shady. Kind of shady song. When we start listening and reading lyrics, these songs are shady. Okay. That was number 5. My Eyes Adored You by Frankie Valli. Valli. Now, number 4 is another. There's a whole lot of ballads here. Okay. There's a whole lot of ballads on this. And I was like, yeah. That song, Some Kind of Wonderful, I know by Joss Stone. Didn't know it was a remake. Oh, Some Kind of what? Oh, you didn't know it was Grand Funky Railroad back in 1974. See, we always learn. We always learn. It did sound nice, Nestor Shackle Shuffle Walk of Shame. It did sound nice until you sit there and read the lyrics and realize he's been stalking this young lady since he was 6 years old. Because he said, I was 6 and you were 10 or 11. I forgot the lyrics already, but he was younger and she was an older young lady. So number 4 is Before the Next Teardrop Falls by Freddie Fender. Now, here's where this one is interesting. This is a man talking to you through the lyrics about, I hope your current man is treating you well. I hope he's doing everything you want him to do for you. I hope he's treating you nice like the lady you are. But if he's not, come find me. So before the next teardrop falls, come find me. That was, I was like, ooh. Okay. Before the next teardrop falls, Freddie Fender is number 4. And he does one, he sings it in English. And then the second stanza, he does a little bit of Spanish in it. So I was like, Freddie, you come in here, you trying to get the ladies who speak English. And senoritas, if you didn't understand what I just said, here's your verse 2. Total side eye, Lady T-Bug. He's like, the before the next teardrop falls, leave that man and come find me. That's what he was saying. Your parents had a vinyl of this? I was laughing at K Sharp said sneaky link vibes. Okay. These were these like romantic songs. When you think back on it, it's like, oh, before the next teardrop falls, I'm gonna make it all better. It's like, wait a minute, you advocating to steal this man's woman right under his nose with the lyrics. So if you're singing this, you're thinking, oh wow, this is wonderful. I knew this song, and I was like, but you trying to steal the woman. You trying to take her from him. I'm telling y'all, I decided I'm gonna listen to these top 10s because I was like, some of these I don't know. But when I sat there and listened to it, I'm like, no, he talking about, I thought it was before the next teardrop falls. I'm sorry. No, before the next teardrop falls, before he makes you cry again, come find me. Come find me. I'ma do better. I'ma be better for you. Some people like toxic songs. My aunts told me that one of her favorite songs was My Name is Luca. That horrifying lyrics. I think people of her generation just did weird things. Remember, I told you all about that song, My Name is Luca. I live on the second floor. I told you all about that. I told you all about that song. I was like, okay. Every Breath You Take by Police is a stalker song, okay? Although many people thought it was romantic. I kind of do that to my husband. He doesn't pay attention to the lyrics. So when he starts playing songs, hey, To Go to Africa, glad to have you here with us. When he starts playing some songs, I'm like, let's not. Like that famous wedding song, I have been building for you. I've been building my castle of love just for two. Though you never knew you were my reason. If anyone listened to that lyric, you would not have that as your wedding song. I'm sorry. I've come much too far for you now to say that I must go put my castle away. It's actually a breakup song. It's actually a breakup song. Hey, Cheryl Davis, glad to have you here. The year is 1975, okay? The year is 1975. And we're breaking some hearts. And we're realizing that some of these romantic songs were actually sneaky link songs. And it was, I'm going to take you from your man type of songs. It wasn't all that romantic, okay? It may sound romantic, but it wasn't all that romantic. So number 3 was Elton John with Philadelphia Freedom. I barely remember that song. Yes, that was the Stevie Wonder song. Building My Castle of Love. What I just talked about. Philadelphia Freedom, didn't know much about it. Didn't know, I barely heard anything about it. I wonder how they managed to convince everyone that these songs weren't as sketchy as they were because of the lyrics, because it was a groove, okay? Because it was wonderful, okay? I wonder how many played Whitney, I Will Always Love You at their wedding. Okay, I like B-side music, okay? Y'all, I used to, just on a little side, I used to DJ for my friends at their parties when I was in high school, okay? Sam, I didn't know it either. I still don't know it, even though I listened to it like 10 minutes before we started. What was I saying? I used to DJ a little bit for my friends, and I would be like, y'all know that song is not what you think it is, right? That ain't what you think it is. My friend was going to play I Will Always Love You at my wedding, but I had to tell her it was really meant, and after she didn't choose that song. So y'all, Overjoyed, yes. Now I have to listen more to the lyrics. Girl, now you told me I got to go pack my castle away. What? Go read Overjoyed. Go read them lyrics. Nobody should be having it. Every move you make. Yes, every move you make, I'll be watching you. Stalker song. Okay? Stalky. So yeah, that number 3, Philadelphia Freedom by Elton John, didn't know it. Now, number 2, Rhinestone Cowboy by Glenn Campbell. That ain't my genre of music. Rhinestone Cowboy by Glenn Campbell. I'm sure if y'all, Beyonce girl, she can make a better Rhinestone Cowboy song, okay? DJ, I'll start bringing the realness people everywhere. You will know what you're listening to now. That's the thing. Mr. Elsa don't like when I do that because he be listening to some songs. I'm like, that ain't no love song. He be trying to sing and be all nice, and I'm like, that's a breakup song. You trying to tell me something? No, that's not a breakup song. Then we pull up the lyrics. He's like, oh. That was so big in the 70s for sure. Rhinestone Cowboy, apparently. Oh, you loved Philadelphia Freedom by Elton? I barely remember, if at all, by Elton. I barely remembered it. But that Rhinestone Cowboy, I'm glad, Sam, that you're here to check us and make sure we know what was big and what was not. But the number one song in 1975, I'm sure a lot of people have heard it. I know I've heard it. Is by Captain and Tennille. Captain and Tennille. Oh, we have some Rhinestone Cowboys in here. Okay, it was big. Okay. Like a Rhinestone Cowboy. What was up with that video? I watched the video. That guy is skinny. What kind of cowboy is he being so skinny? But then it's just a song. He's not really a cowboy. But maybe that's why it's a Rhinestone Cowboy. He ain't a real cowboy. He ain't a dusty cowboy. But I was like, more fascinated with how he got in them jeans. And that belt buckle looked wider than his actual waist. I was like, okay, I need to focus on the song and not the visuals. Yes, Love Will Keep Us Together by Captain and Tennille. Love will keep us together. Duh. Okay, that, of course, I know was big. It is not a fave of mine at all. At all. But yes, Love Will Keep Us Together by Captain and Tennille is the number 1 song of 1975. Now, it ain't got nothing on the top 10 R&B, okay? It ain't got nothing on the top 10 R&B. So y'all, that song was huge, okay? Hey, as long as y'all are corroborating what Billboard is putting out here, I am fine with it because I can't change it. But y'all, thanks to one of our members, okay? One of our members had a slew of questions. And if you want to know who it is, unless she self-reports in the chat, okay? Unless she self-reports in the chat, I'm gonna put this out here. Y'all go answer these questions just like I'm gonna answer these questions, okay? When money goes out the window, love goes up the chimney. Moondust Angel, why did that sound very dirty in my mind? I know that's not what you meant, but it went very dirty in my mind. Hush, Nestos, leave me alone. Love will keep us together. Okay, Miss Mad About Music said I could sort of see this at number 1. Okay. So this person had 5 questions for me, okay? 5 questions for me, and I'm going to put it out here for y'all to answer too, okay? So we're going to start 1. A concert bucket list. Who's on your concert bucket list? If you had money was no object, okay, here she is self-reporting. It's me, y'all. You know me and my darn brainstorming. If money was no object and you can go to a concert, what is on your concert bucket list? I knew you were coming, Nestos. I knew it. I heard you. I heard you in my mind's eye. So who's on your concert bucket list? Now, y'all, I have been to several concerts. When I lived in New York and when I lived all over and traveled, I would go to a concert. But back then, you could get a concert ticket for $60. You could get a concert ticket for like $300 as VIP, including all the fees. It didn't have those fees. You could walk up to the box office and line up at a decent time in the morning and buy some tickets. I have seen Maxwell. I have seen Prince. I have seen Morris Day and the Time with Prince. I have seen TLC, Christina Aguilera, before she was famous. She opened up for TLC for fan mail. I have gone to several I've seen Maxi Priest, Shabba Ranks, quite a lot of people. I've gone to a Jay-Z concert. So I'm like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who is left for me to go see. I always regret not breaking my neck to see Prince or Michael Jackson. Girl, I was not going to a Michael Jackson concert at all. Not to see people passing out and carrying on. No. Yes, I went to concert almost every week. Miss Mad About Music, you remember them? Like anybody now and then, anybody, Nestos, anybody that you wish you could, money was no object, time was no object, you wanted to go see them. Hey, let's talk about it all, said Chris Brown. Moondust Angel, David Gray, my people, Dido, Gabriel, Rod Stewart. I just love going to concerts, and I've already been to a Rod Stewart when he was famous. I saw Sting and Blondie as well when they and they were fab. Awesome, Moondust Angel. You have a good list right there. Maybe my rock and roll era, I wish I could have gone. Miss Mad About Music, even with me affording them now, I'm not going. By the time I pay the fees for the tickets, if I bought like a standard $200 ticket, it's like an extra $150 in fees. Okay, I'm not going to no concert. Lady T-Bug is telling us I have already completed my concert bucket list. Okay. Now I have seen Gladys Knight. I have seen Patti LaBelle. I have seen. Well, when I saw Gladys, I think. Oh gosh, I think Whitney's auntie came out too. Dionne Warwick. I think she was at the concert too. Controversial opinion, but I like Jamie Lee Curtis and also think concerts would be during the day as well if you're not so tired and out all night. Okay. K Sharp says Bob Marley, Whitney Houston, Luther Vandross, Teddy Pendergrass, and Selena. Now, Teddy Pendergrass, yes. I'd like him to be in that white jumpsuit. Y'all know that white jumpsuit, okay? I'm jealous of you, Lady T-Bug. Hey, Lady T-Bug may be like me. It's like, okay, yeah, I ain't got nobody I really got to see. Cheryl Davis says Prince, Barbara Streisand. Barbara Streisand is a good one. Delphonics, Bobby Brown. I actually saw a New Edition when it didn't have Bobby Brown attached to them. So that's different. Aretha Franklin, Close the Door. What a great song. Yes. Okay, Nesto says Prince, Michael Jackson, Johnny Taylor, Janet Jackson, Velvet Rope. She was specific. That Janet, not the Rhythm Nation Janet, the Velvet Rope Janet. Okay, Lisa Cult Jam. Mm. You've seen Breezy. Okay. You've been going to concerts since middle school and 50 now. Janet Jackson. Hey, let's talk about it. I'll say any Janet. I've seen Janet and Prince. Yo, I'm telling you, here's my thing. You put me to shame living your life. You better do it. Here's my thing. With these concerts and stuff, as I said, I like it when concerts were cool back in the day. Back in the day, concerts were cool. My thing with more modern concerts, or when concerts like right before COVID or whatever, I don't like when artists necessarily change the arrangement of the songs. Like if I've been singing this song on your album this way for the past year, and now I come to see you in concert and you change the arrangement, it kind of sets me off a bit. I'm not going to say who, but their music kind of sets me off when I come in and I'm like, okay, it's cool that you changed the arrangement, but I would like to hear the song the way I fell in love with it. Bruno Mars, Luther, if I could bring him back. Jill Scott, oh yes, Jill Scott is wonderful. Rochelle Farrell, and old school reggae like Freddie McGregor, Maxi Priest. I have seen Maxi Priest in concert. Oh no, Nola darling, you hate concerts, all concerts? Oh, you hate that. Okay, you hate that they changed the arrangement. Yep. Duran, Wham. Oh, I wish. Ooh, George Michael. David Bowie, Simply Red, the Beatles, the Drifters, the Spice Girls. I like too much music. It seems like that. It's not what I want to hear. Aunt Patty did it. Okay, we have quite a list. Yes, Jill Scott, but okay. I've seen New Edition with Bobby, no Johnny. No Johnny Gill. I've seen it with Johnny, but no Bobby. So Lady T-Bug, together we got the whole cast. Yeah, don't come in singing something different. Thank you, Nola, darling. I paid good money and fees for this concert. Now here, wait a minute. The best part of Prince, and I've seen Prince 2 times. The best part of Prince when I saw him was he picked up his guitar, and at a certain point, the whole stadium was just singing his songs, and he was just playing the arrangement on the guitar. Stevie Wonder, Maxwell was good. First album, Maxwell, okay? I want to go to Queen's concert. Patty, Shaka, Gladys, and Stephanie, and Stephanie Mills. Hey, AK's POV, glad to have you here. I love live music, but don't like big venues. If I could have it, I'd like to see Michael Jackson and Teddy Pendergrass in concert. Well, AKs, maybe we could have you in the skybox, in the suites. Oh no, people getting in trouble. People get in trouble in the skybox at concerts. Don't end up like that CEO. Fantasia. Yes, Fantasia. You saw Missy and Busta. I remember when you had announced that on your channel. Missy had a great concert. I saw Missy, early Missy, not now Missy. Okay. Kindred Family Soul is here this weekend. I wish I could go. Miss Mad About Music. I had never heard about them till last year when my girlfriend's boyfriend stood her up going to the concert. That is not going to be shared here. I'll tell you all in members. But he stood up, and like 4 hours before the concert, she called me and said, "You want to go with me? I got these tickets." And I said, "Okay." I had a great time. They were awesome. So if y'all remind me to tell y'all that story in members, I'll tell y'all. Sunday is the member live. I will tell y'all that story, okay? How she got stood up, and I had to stand in. Bobby Caldwell. Why do I know it but not know it? Why do I know that name, Cheryl, but not know it at the same time? Or being caught like the CEO? That would not be fun, girl, because all I'll be thinking about is losing my ass at. Okay? Kim. Oh, yes. I would, yeah, Kim with a Kenny Lattimore. Here's my thing. I'm not doing outside venues. Now, I have a friend. I don't know if she wants to announce herself in the chat. Asked me to come, to her city to have a good old time. Had a good old time. But when I heard it's an outdoor concert in the summer in the South, I said no. No, thank you. I have my own personal summers at times. I don't need to be outside for that. Okay? Oh, what you won't do for love. Okay, got it. Got it. You pay for Kim, Boys to Men. Okay, y'all have a great list. Sierra had an awesome performance. I don't think there's anybody y'all could say unless they're no longer around that Lady T-Bug ain't going to see. So the second thing on her list was, here's a question. Are reality TV stars the new celebrities? Are reality TV stars the new celebrities? Uh, I tend to say no. Oh, Nola, you're waiting for Erica Badu? I've seen her in concert. She's really good. But that's early Erica. That is Baduism Erica. So I've seen that. No. Attention seeking, yes, but celebrity, no. And if you have to put them on a celebrity letter list, Z list celebrity. Is that the last alphabet letter? Z list celebrity. Went to Marley Bros. Concert. It was an experience. Didn't know you needed. Okay, K Sharp. Miss Mad About Music said no. I don't think they are the new celebrity. Now they're entertainers. Depends. But celebrity, I don't think so. They're known, but it's like they're not a celebrity to me. Celebrity, you got to be doing something. You got to be bringing in box office hits, or you got to have a song, some kind of talent that you're showcasing. Not anymore. Not like they were reality TV was new, right? Like Nene is considered a celebrity for Housewives and stuff, but I don't see them as celebrity. I think Cardi B is the only one that I could think of, sort of. I probably push it though. Okay, pushing it though. Okay. Prince was SD, and I went to his early concerts. He asked how many SDs are here in the auditorium, and we raised our hands. They told the venue to refund us because he knew we shouldn't be there. Ooh. Here's the thing. When I went to Prince and he couldn't sing Little Nicky and all of them, I was mad. I said, I came for a full Prince experience, okay? And I need to know about the girl named Nikki that you met, okay? Some of them take the reality fame and make it count. Some of them do, but then they transition it to something else that makes them a celebrity. That's, but most of them just sit on the throne of, oh, I've been on this reality show, and that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna do it, okay? That ain't going, that ain't gonna do it. 7-Day Adventist. Nola, 7-Day Adventist. Hope that explains it. SD, what SDA means. Okay. Most overrated travel destination. Kim K pushed her way through. Most overrated travel destination. So I don't have overrated. I find like awesome reasons for certain places I go, and I've visited a lot of places. I wouldn't say any place is really overrated. I would like to think that people kind of put it on too much of a can't say, but I was ATL/Miami. You going to say ATL? You going to say about my ATL, Nola, darling? My ATL? I wouldn't say it's overrated. I mean, I pop in for a quick weekend. We ain't supposed to say that about our city, but pop in for a weekend for a concert and you good with the ATL, and that's it. Go home. I will say there are some places that people don't go visit. People don't go visit because they think it's too expensive. I would have phrased that. I always encourage everybody to go visit Hawaii. You can go to Hawaii. Hawaii is not as crazy expensive as people say. There are people living there day to day. Just like you could visit New York, people live in there day to day. So there has to be a way you could afford to go there, even if you're not, packing a whole lot of money. And I have done Hawaii like 4 times. Cheryl Davis said Orlando. Okay, that's well, as a parent of when I was a parent and my kids were younger, Orlando wasn't that much of a big hype. I guess now that they're grown, they wouldn't want to go to Orlando at all. But I knew the resident discounts. I knew the resident discounts, and I knew the age where the kids got stuff for free. Just like when it was the circus time. Sorry for anyone who was offended by circus. Ringling Brothers, when your child was a year old, you could go request a golden ticket for them that they could use one time in their lifetime. Well, of course, they are no longer around. I got that for both of my kids. For me, Cancun didn't measure up. Why, Sam? I liked Cancun. Oh, I liked Cancun. I've been to Cancun a few times. I like it. Okay. You want to visit Hawaii? Go to the Big Island. Go to Oahu, Nola, darling. And as I told y'all, my girlfriend is the director of sales for a major hotel out there. So she always, for me, Hawaii can be affordable. I'll talk to y'all in members. We talking a little bit of travel. Just for y'all to know, members on Sunday, we're going to talk more about travel. And we're going to talk about traveling to Italy. Okay. How you can go to Italy and be affordable. There's a lot of stuff that the Italian government does that people do not share. I'm visiting Houston, and it's not all the hype. Ooh, Mimi is in Houston talking about Houston. I see you, Mimi. I see your gangster. Houston ain't the hype. Mimi's like, I am here, and it ain't nothing. My Floridian uncle gets hella discount. Yes, Nola. It's probably just me. Sam, what is the oh god, the froggy place? I thought that was dangerous. The senior frogs in Cancun, that was dangerous. People sliding down the slide while they drunk into a lagoon. You can't see the bottom of the water. It could be anything in there. Oh heck no. Been to Australia, India, Denmark, among other places, but Denmark by far is my favorite to visit. That's what I'm thinking. Like, what's your favorite? What's your favorite? You want to visit Hawaii? Yeah, I've been to Oahu. I've been to the Big Island. I've been. There are ways to go and be affordable. Okay. Now Cancun, I don't know what Sam talking about. I've been to the JW Marriott. I've been to some of the other resorts, and I had a blast. I even rented a car and drove to the pyramids myself, which they said was dangerous. You should not do that. It wasn't by myself. I was with, my first husband, but we just drove by ourselves and drove to, and they said you shouldn't do that because, on the road, people can, when you're away from the tourist areas, it's not very hospitable sometimes, but we had no problem. I never had a problem when I traveled to Mexico and abroad. I mean, I've seen some shady stuff. I've seen people try to get close enough to me to pick my pocket. But then again, as a New Yorker, I could see things coming towards me. Not everything, but I could see certain movements, around me. That's also why we travel. Mr. ElCid and I travel when it is off season for most things. Off season. We travel in May or June, or we travel in September, October. We don't travel when it's the height of the season, when it's too many people. I want to go to South Africa and spend at least 3 months in Thailand. Many Black people are moving to Thailand. I've been watching those videos too to go to Africa. I enjoy Houston, but I like to be outside. Lady T-Bug, I can't do that outside in Houston in this summer heat. I can't. Whew, I can't. Ready to go back home to New York. One, it was 104. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Flying out soon. Yeah, Cozumel wasn't all that to me either. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. No, ma'am, not 104. Y'all see where I am, okay? It ain't even 104. It's 80 degrees in Atlanta. It is 80 degrees in Atlanta, and I am not outside. But when we went, we go off season. We went to Costa Rica. It was the first week of June, so kids were still technically in school in the U.S. Like that's when we kind of travel. When a kid's in school, when a family's less likely to be out there traveling. That's how we kind of pick it. Couldn't pay me to go somewhere where it's not hot. What? Nola. What do you mean? You wouldn't come to Alaska with me? You wouldn't come to the Arctic Circle with me? Nola. We got to get to Switzerland in the mountains. We got to snowboard. Come on, Nola. We got to go. I'm watching them too anxious to go. Girl, I am. I want to go to Sweden though. Costa Rica was okay. Wait a minute. We drove through Costa Rica. We did the mountains and we did the Pacific side beach. How do you find traveling with your children? Like what age, Moondust Angel? Heck no. Nola Dollar said if it is cold, she ain't coming. But that's the beauty in it. I love to go see the Northern Lights. Yes. Y'all, here's my bucket list trip. I know the person didn't ask that. Literally die. No, Nola, you'll keep warm. We'll teach you how to dress warm for it. Yes, it is cheaper off season. But here's the other thing, it's cheaper off season. People are, it's like right before it's like completely closed for the season. More of the people are very, very welcoming. They're very, very open to you being there. And you get a whole bunch of hospitality. I went to Valencia, Spain with my girlfriend, middle of November, right before Thanksgiving. Absolutely amazing. Not that many people. Oh, it was amazing. Weather and everything. When children are young, you got to know your children's pattern. My children have been on a plane since they were months old. You just have to know their pattern and how they're going to move. Houston Heat was being home. Okay, Lady Tiba. For me, with my child, when he was 8 months old, I would feed him right before we got on the plane. Not right before, like a half hour before boarding started, I'd feed him. Why? Because my baby used to fall asleep when he ate. That was the easiest thing. If he didn't fall asleep and he was awake, the only thing I would feed him or give him, like let's say his feeding schedule was a little bit different, I would have him drinking water while the plane is taking off so his ears will pop so he isn't irritated. So it's just a matter of, I don't want him having milk because the changes in the pressure could cause him to, not keep his food down. So I would just do water instead. And he would just, people didn't know I had a baby on board, 8-month-old. People didn't know. And the same thing with my kids when they were a little bit older. When we travel, I got to work around their schedule. I would have them travel around nap time. Or if we were driving, though, to family, we would usually drive at night. Keep them sleeping. When we get there, we go to sleep, and it's daytime, and they could play with their cousins and stuff. I think about Black folks in Thailand to go to Africa. I didn't know that. Sam, if you look around the internet, there's a whole bunch of folks, and there's one family, a family of 9 that just picked up and moved to Thailand. A family of 9, and they're living well. You can't do cold weather either, Lady T-Bug? Y'all, the cold weather is awesome. It's amazing. Like I almost moved to either the Poconos, Pennsylvania, or Manchester, New Hampshire, because I was fine with the cold weather until I realized all the things you have to do to weatherize your house, all the things you have to do to keep your house going in the winter, and you have to be mindful of, like the well water, and in the Poconos, like the sulfur in the water. I couldn't do that. I was like, I can't live with this. Really organized. I think a lot of parents could probably learn from you. Moondust, when you become a parent, your life revolves around that child. And sometimes they cooperate and sometimes they don't. Hey, Jed Black Straight, glad to have you here. We're talking about overrated places, okay? Places you've traveled that's overrated. You just have not been on that side of the YouTube streets. That's all, Sam. That's all. So another thing they said, if you could swap lives with a celebrity for a week, who would it be? If you could swap lives with a celebrity, who would it be? Mimi says, you got to dress in layers for the cold. I've gotten used to the cold, just not a fan of the ice freezing rain. Tell him, Mimi, I don't like that ice freezing rain. Don't do that to me. You could snow. Well, here's my bucket list trip, y'all. I need 2 weeks and rent a camper van, not an RV. Y'all know in the Nestor's verse, not an RV, but rent a camper van and spend 14 days in Iceland. Driving the whole island of Iceland, 14 days. That's one of my bucket list trips. I think I would swap lives with Michelle Obama because she's very classy and would be cool. Hey, I'd like to be Idris Elba, okay? That's me, Idris Elba. I would want to be him, okay? Okay? Cynthia got me. I said not an RV. There's a difference. Idris Elba, I'll know what it is to be the sexiest man alive. And I'd be a club DJ because he DJs in the clubs in some parts of the world. So that's who, hey, if I had to change, for anyone, y'all gonna make Sam run away and go watch all the African Americans leaving and living in Thailand. I couldn't be Idris Elba because if I was him, I would spend too long admiring my gorgeous self in the mirror. I get nothing done. Moon Danger, that's not, this is not the only thing I'd be admiring if I was him. Okay? Hush, Destos, hush. If I was Idris Elba, this ain't the only thing I'd be admiring. Okay? So the last thing they asked is, what's a trend you hope never comes back? What is a trend you hope never, ever comes back? Now, for me, it would be butterfly collars. I cannot stand, y'all. We talking about 1975 music. Back in the day of 1975, they used to love those big butterfly collars on their shirts. That is one thing I don't need coming back. Them butterfly collars, okay? Them butterfly collars ain't nothing I would want coming back. Platforms. Parachute pants. Now, are you talking about the Hammer Time? Okay? Are you talking about Hammer Time? Because y'all, if y'all been watching Project Runway, which my recap is tomorrow, Christian in the workroom told somebody those gonna look like Hammer Time pants. And the person's like, who's Hammer? And what's a Hammer Time? Wait a minute. Either butterfly collars or middle-aged people wearing belly tops that don't suit them. Ooh. You see that, stores? See, we here today, our Wi-Fi is on the same trajectory. You thinking the exact same thing? I'll be like, look at this. That, okay. Butterfly collars. Okay. Now, what I wish they would bring back. Okay. What I wish they would bring back is, you remember when them basketball players used to wear them short, tight basketball shorts? That can come back. That could come back. Okay. I would watch basketball a lot more if we were back to those tight short pants. I told Mr. ElCid this, and he's like, honey, why you gotta think that? He plays basketball all the time. I said, y'all would look real good in them short, if them basketball pants was like back in the day when Wilt Chamberlain and them was, going at the hoop. Shoulder pads. Ooh, I used to rock some shoulder pads, Cheryl. Why are you coming for me? I used to rock some shoulder pads. I may have a few suits in there with some shoulder pads right now. Parachute pants made a little noise like a parachute material. Had tons of zippers. Yes, them hoochie daddy shorts. Yes. If they had the basketball, you know how they have the lingerie football for men, where the ladies are playing football in the lingerie? If we could have the men in the tight shorts playing the basketball, that could be a league. The Hoochie Daddy League, I would watch that. Yeah, back to the tight shorts. Not the shoulder pad. Unpopular opinion, probably, but I didn't like those pants with all the buttons down the leg, which you could open and have an open leg trouser. No thanks. I had liked those, but that was for the beach, where you could just rip off the pants with the snaps down the side and you still in your swimsuit. I thought that was cool. The men in those practicing manhood wearing their pants hanging off, they can kick that forever. Yes. I can't stand that. I don't need to know what the label is on the underwear unless I'm going searching for your peas and carrots. I don't need to know what is your underwear label at all. You wore those shoulder pads out? Girl. And then I eventually kept shoulder pads, because when we used to carry like messenger bags and satchels, those would help your shoulder too. So I too against the shoulder pad if it's really to help you. Those were for athletics turned trendy. Yes, athletics that turned trendy. So that was the last question the person had. A trend that didn't come back. Thank you, Sam, for self-reporting. I don't tell who asked these questions, but I put it out there. So let's get to the top 10 R&B songs. We have a lot more folks in here, and I know y'all would love these songs. As I said, some of these may be the reason I am here. Maybe I was conceived with them. I got to ask Mama ElCid. So number 10 is Kool and the Gang, Summer Madness. Top 10 R&B songs of 1975. Kool and the Gang, Summer Madness. Okay? Y'all know that? Kool and the Gang, Summer Madness? That was a real hit summer song back in 75, I guess. I wasn't around yet. Now, number 9 is La Belle, Messing with My Mind. La Belle, Messing with My Mind is number 9 of the top 10 songs of 1975 in the R&B category. You love that song, Cheryl? Okay. 1975 seems to be a hit. You like Jungle Boogie, meow, meow. Now, number 8. I know y'all know, and I know you don't know that one. Okay, you don't know that La Belle song. Okay, well, it made the chart. But number 8, y'all know. Okay, y'all know because y'all be always asking about her being on the chart. But you know she comes with Rufus and Chaka Khan. Sweet thing, don't you know you're my everything? Sweet thing is number 8 with Rufus and Chaka Khan. You remember both of them to go to Africa? Okay. Get down, Jungle Boogie. Yes, number 8 is Rufus featuring Chaka Khan, Sweet Thang. Okay, you can see that. So, number 7, I know y'all, a lot of classics, a lot of babies were made with this song too at number 7. The Isley Brothers, For the Love of You. I want to be living for the love of you. All that I'm giving is for the love of you. Oh, Hey, High Vibe, we are counting down the top 10 R&B songs. You may not have liked the top 10 regular songs, regular songs, but the top 10 R&B is certainly, the classics are there. Okay, the classics are definitely there. Okay, Nola said this is on her playlist. Okay, 75 was a great year. Yes, a classics love song. This list is making sense. I love this one. So yes, all that I'm giving, because the Isley Brothers, his voice is still impeccable. Born in 75. So, Mimi, I'm telling you, some of these songs we may have been conceived by. Okay? What? All that I'm giving is for the love of you. We could still hear it, and the backup singers are I ain't singing like they are, but I'm sorry, just the arrangement of the music for the Isley Brothers, I admire that. Absolutely admire that. Yes, he is still doing it. Now, Between the Sheets, yeah, that's a good song, High Vibe. Between the Sheets is definitely, but I don't think Between the Sheets is 1975 now. Now, another song that probably made a whole lot of babies in 75 into 76. Number 6 is Donna Summer for Love to Love You Baby. Love to Love You Baby by Donna Summer is number 6. Number 6. So the ladies are bringing the love songs too. The ladies are bringing the baby making songs too in 75. You were 19. That was a party time. Okay, Cheryl. Okay, Cheryl was grown when these songs were out, Cheryl. Okay, we ain't gonna ask you what the ages of your children are. Okay. You love her song, I Feel Love? Yes, I love her song, I Feel Love. But Donna Summer is number 6 with Love to Love You Baby. Okay. So we had Isley. Yes, it was a good smexy disco song. You think Beyonce sampled this from Donna? Lots of stuff. Love to Love You Baby, a very seductive song. She said, hey, the Isley Brothers got it, but I'm bringing it too. And she is not alone, y'all. She is not alone, because the ladies were bringing the hits and the love songs in 1975. Because guess who? Yes, it was a 15-minute song. And see who could last with that I Love to Love You Baby through the 15 minutes, okay? Okay, let's leave it right there. Number 5 of the baby making songs. The ladies are on this chart. I told y'all the LaBelles. We just had Donna Summer. Number 5 is Minnie Riperton with Inside My Love. Now, y'all know Minnie Riperton. And if you don't know Minnie Riperton, you have got to go learn who she is. Okay. If you do not know Minnie Riperton, I am sorry. You have got to go learn what her music is, how her music has changed a generation. You have got to go. Mimi is always, I'm going to base this on this Houston attitude. Mimi always coming in here, well, they better be on this list. Did you know that yes, she's the mother of Maya Rudolph, who is a comedian and actress out here, best known for Saturday Night Live and some other movies. Yes, I knew she was Maya Rudolph's mama. Definitely. Inside My Love, yes, another seductive song. Yes. Fabulous voice. She also is the one that had herself licking the ice cream cone on the cover of her album. Okay. Minnie Riperton was no wilted flower. Okay. Trust and believe. So y'all see, y'all got the ladies. The LaBelles were on here. Donna Summer was on here. Minnie Riperton is number 5 for Inside My Love. See, the men aren't the only ones bringing it. Very seductive and very feminine. Yes, she has that whistle voice. Oh, Cheryl Davis says she has that album. Okay, you know the album I'm talking about, Cheryl. See, I may not have been born, but my grandparents had all them albums around, okay? And you had the record player where you had to flick it to turn it on to start the spin and then watch it drop. Yes, Miss Mad About Music. Yes, she was on that ice cream. Now, number 4, the ladies are still here. Do y'all hear? The ladies are still here with the Pointer Sisters. The Pointer Sisters are at number 4 with How Long? How long? Bet you got a chick on the side. Okay? Bet you got a chick on the side. You still have your 33s and 45s? Well, Cheryl, I wish we had that. We still had that too. We don't have ours anymore. The Pointer Sisters are number 4 with How Long? Bet you got a chick on the side. So while you are Love to Love You Baby with Donna Summer and Inside My Love with Minnie Riperton, the Pointer Sisters are coming out saying, how long? Because I bet you got a chick on the side. Okay? How long? The ladies are here on this 1975 list of top 10 R&B songs. Number 4, the point is, I bet you got a chick on the side. I know you got a chick. I know you got a chick on the side. So while you are messing in my mind with the LaBelles, and then you go to Love You Baby with Donna Summer, and you go Inside My Love with Minnie Riperton, the Pointer Sisters, yeah, I know you got a chick on the side. Okay, I'm cracking up how we used to sing these grown folk songs. I vibe. I was talking about lyrics earlier. We got to deep dive into these lyrics. Some of these songs ain't what we think they are. Okay. Now, Mimi had, had a demand that Earth, Wind, and Fire got to be on here. And they are, Mimi, they are number 2 and number 3. Okay. But we'll start with number 3. So we could maybe get a twofer, okay? Earth, Wind, and Fire at number 3 is Shining Star. We covered that earlier. It was number 7 in the all-around category. So, Shining Star, okay? No matter who you are. Yes, Mimi, we're giving you both. You get number 2 and number 3. In the top 10, you got 2, okay? I hope you're happy, Mimi. You may be in Houston and all that, but we keeping you fulfilled over here, okay? So Shining Star is number 3 for Earth, Wind, and Fire, and number 2 is That's the Way of the World. Okay? That's the Way of the World is number 2 for Earth, Wind, and Fire. So Mimi got 2 songs back to back. Yes, the song is timeless. Yes. Both of them are timeless. Both those songs are timeless. 2 and 3. Yep. 3 is Shining Star. And number 2 is That's the Way of the World. Yep. Mimi always coming in here demanding stuff. At least this time I can give her what she's demanding. Okay? I can give her what she's demanding. That's the way of the world. Yes. Earth, Wind, and Fire, my childhood soundtrack. It's not my childhood soundtrack, but my grandparents have played them. Okay, just like they played the other people above there too. When My Eyes Adored You, all of that fame, David Bowie. Yes, definitely my childhood. But I know a lots of babies were made with these songs, y'all. Okay, I know this whole list is a baby making list. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So number one is from that team of brothers that we heard before. Number one. Number one is again the Isley Brothers. Fight the Power. Now, that song for me was the first Fight the Powers That Be song, because when I listened, I was like, huh, okay, this was the Isley Brothers basically fighting against the establishment. Okay, okay. But apparently it was famous back then too. Fight the Power by the Isley Brothers is the number one R&B song of 1975. Do I agree with that? Not particularly. It wasn't rolling in my house, but I didn't know the song. They were playing, other songs. Okay. Sam said she really liked this list. I'm glad. Okay. That was a powerful song, Cheryl Davis told us. Will always be relevant, says To Go to Africa. Okay. Okay. It wasn't rotating in my house when I was younger, but definitely Isley Brothers, other stuff they were doing, Minnie Riperton, and as High Vibe said, we were listening to some grown songs and singing them because that's what was playing in the house. That's what was playing. Saturday morning cleanup, that's what was playing in the house. These grown songs that we were singing, we were putting on shows for the adults with our little young selves. But that is the top 10 songs, R&B songs of 1975. So y'all, let me go back to the questions. I had one other person that had a thing. She saw a post, okay? One other person put a post for us to discuss. She saw a post recently about a woman who had taken money out of a joint account she had with her fiance for a concert. He had told her that they would not be able to afford to go to the concert, but she went ahead and took the money out of the joint account anyway. I'll be interested to know how you and the viewers feel about couples and how they should handle finances, because I had a chat with my partner about that and it was very interesting. We don't touch the joint account for anything that ain't a joint decision. First of all, you handle the finances as you see fit in your relationship, but don't go into it blindly. Just because you feel love today don't mean the person goes still feel love tomorrow. What about the day they don't like you? How you going to handle that and that money? My thing is, we have a goal. Tell me what you need. Well, usually I'm the one collecting. So I'll be like, honey, I need this. He'd be like, whatever. My husband's one of those lovely, rare people. He knows I'm not going to use money for no concert. But, I did have him panicked when I said, honey, we could go to Costa Rica in a month and spend a week and we could rent a car. And he was like, whoa, 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 whoa. What are we doing? And after that Costa Rica trip, he has not questioned me at all about, hey, I found a great deal on a trip. Let's go. He'll be like, please give me at least 2 months for me to calm down and get used to this. That's what he usually said. Give me at least a 2 months head start, because the last time when I did that, he was like, honey, you telling me you want us to go in like 3 weeks? I said, yeah, we got the money. He's like, yeah, but I need to schedule this for work. He's self-employed. I need to schedule this and I need time. And I was like, okay, I'll give you time. So now I just give him like 6 months lead time if it's not a great deal or sale, or I saw something that I think will be absolutely fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. But this thing, we're not taking money out for a concert. We're not taking money out of a joint account for something that ain't joint. That joint account is probably for them to buy a house, pay for the wedding. I am not going to do that at all. The concert is for one night of fun. And you got to live with this man. And you done took money out of the account. How's he supposed to trust you after that? How you supposed to trust you after that? I agree. Money in a joint account should be a joint decision, in my opinion. If you want to do it that way, that's fine. But it's not my go-to with having a joint account at all, But hey, some people do it well. Look, my grandparents back in the day, they had one passport. He was the bearer, and she was the other person on the passport, and they lived the longest time. They were till death do you part. Miss L says, a wise man. Yeah, he gave me control of everything. Of course, Trey. You know that. I know that's not what you mean, but that's how I'm going to take it. I asked my mom about it, and she said the guy was out of line, but I didn't agree with it at all. There's no reason this girl pull rank purely because she puts more money than he does. Have you ever done a Mediterranean high vibe? Why are you bringing up like bad thoughts? Oh, here's the bad thought. The year of COVID, I was supposed to be on a Norwegian cruise with my husband. Okay. The year 2020. In June, I had it planned. We were supposed to be going to Amsterdam for a few days, cruising through the fjords and coming back. And COVID hit. And I was like, we had it planned since November for June. COVID hit. I said, no, honey, we don't need to cancel. He's like, you better cancel and get that refund. I'm like, it's on the calendar, the last day for a full refund. I put it up until 2 days before. They canceled my business trips in March. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to cancel. So I canceled it, and we got all our money back just in time before everybody was kind of like stopping giving people full refunds back. But I really want my Norwegian cruise again. So joint accounts is a decision, but should be joint. That's why I don't like joint accounts. I'm sorry. Give me access or give me the money that I need, and give me a card and let me just pay for it. I don't need a joint account. But here's the thing that you would need a joint account for now. I'm going to tell you all this now because it's what happens. Yes, it was early stages. I had to cancel in March, and it didn't till like April or May kind of tell people they weren't giving all their money back, or in stages they'll give it to them back. Here's the thing with the joint bank accounts. In many instances now, not all, many healthcare providers are asking that you are financially linked to your spouse in order to justify having them, on your medical. You know how people sometimes never divorce or never this, and they're forever on their spouse's medical insurance, but they don't cohabitate or whatever. Now, health insurance companies are asking for financial links, a joint account or your taxes filed together to show you are financially linked. So many people, this is why they will have one joint account in order to show that. Allow Mr. ElCid provides you with a semblance of control. He understands you so well. He does. He'll rein me back, Trey, because I will go overboard. I can go overboard. And he'll be like, He may not even say anything like, he may not flinch. He may just look away like, how do I tell her this? That she's doing too much. And I know that's the sign. Cheryl, as far as I know, they're not together anymore because she didn't respect the decision they had come to before. Was telling him that he was mean to say she shouldn't go to the concert. If we have a joint account and we have a goal with that joint account and you use it for something else, I can't trust you. I have had that. I've had a joint account with someone before, and they took it for something else they deemed important, and I closed that account. I closed the account. You didn't even discuss with me. I had to go find out. That it was not there anymore. I closed the account. So then when they went looking at it, and I didn't say anything, ladies, we don't have to say everything. I didn't say anything. So when we went looking to go dip again, there was no bowl to dip out of. Okay. Oh, your computer froze. I'm sorry, Miss Mad About Music. We were giving you too much tea. Too much tea. If it's not an emergency, your joint account should have money in it, which goes towards your wedding or getting a house or whatever you're saving for. We were saving for trips. For me, I like to save for trips. You love the element of surprise. Yeah. And I was surprised. I was like, really? The account closed when? You should really go ask the bank about that. You should really go check on that. Wow. Huh. Huh. Okay, that's interesting. I ain't telling you. I ain't telling you. You go fish and realize why and what you did. Had the same experience. I'll say with Jordan account. Same thing. Closed it and never done it again. Thank you, Miss Mad About Music. You're proving that I'm not altogether as mean as Trey would let y'all think I am. I'm just messing with you, Trey. Trey will let you think that I'm as mean as all get out. But let me pull up. Y'all know what y'all come here for as well. Let me pull this up. Where's the game? Where's the game? Let me pull up the game. Huh. Okay. These are 4 answers. Oh, I think I dropped the wrong one. Oscar goes to. Oh, I went out when you're typing number 1 song. It was too spicy. That's why. Should be a minimum of 4 accounts. 1 joint check-in, 1 joint savings, 2 separate personal. Joint check-in is for house bills only. Joint saving for self-explanatory. Personals are yours. Trey, that's too many accounts for me to keep tabs of. My money, my account, your money, your account. Just make sure my name is associated with it. That if you keel over, I have access. That's it. POA, power of attorney. Yes, Ernesto's world that we're talking about. Yes, POA. Just have that filed away in the file cabinet. I ain't doing joint. Let me have access. That's it. Let me have access. I ain't doing joint. But it's wonderful to know, Trey, that your future misses will know exactly where you stand because you have a total point of view. Joint check-in, joint savings, and 2 separate personals. Okay? Now here's a question. What is the percentage of what's going in each of those accounts? But that's your business, okay? That's your business. I don't need to know that, Trey Mac. That is between you and your missus because y'all have the joint account. It ain't gonna be me. But Miss Mad About Music is second in that, Trey. So you do have a ElCitizen on your side, okay? Even if it ain't ElCid herself. Even if it ain't me. So here's a question. Top 4 answers. Y'all know how we do this. Top 4 answers. That was a good question, Nola. Okay. Top 4 answers. So something that gets tangled. Top 4 answers of something that gets tangled. Y'all in this? Something that gets tangled. Okay, Trey Mac, you have another ElCitizen on your side. Okay. Something that gets tangled. Top 4 answers, please, y'all. Yarn is not on the list, Cheryl. Okay. Here is number 1. Thank you, Sam. Here is number 1. So here, yep. We don't have yarn on the list. Chords here, web, nope, here. Well, Miss Mad About Music, yes, I'll accept extension cord for wires, okay? Wires is number 2. So number 1 is here. Number 2 is wires. 2 more things that gets tangled. So yes, here is number 1. 2 is wires. Now, if you're in the South, you should know number 3. If you're a good old, Southern guy or gal, you should know number 3. And if you are into any, not Jada Pinkett Smith, in an entanglement, she's not on the list. Good one though, Nola darling. Good one. So if you are, if you cast, if you like casting, what are you casting? My son would get this right away because he loves going out and doing this pastime. So number 1 is here. Number 2 is wires. We have number 3 and number 4. Okay. Yes, Sam. A fishing line is number 3. On the video calls. Gets tangled. Fishing line, yes, fishing line, as Sam had said. Now, for those of you, ladies, it's all of you in here. All of you in here. There's some things that get tangled, ladies and men wear. Some things that y'all wear that gets tangled sometimes, especially if you wear them multi-layers. I just gave y'all a hint. No, Sam. If you were looking at me, you would have caught the hint. Thank you, Miss Mad About Music. Necklace, chains, yes, jewelry. Yes, we got it. Top 4 of something that gets tangled. 1 is here. 2 is wires. 3 is fishing line. And 4 is jewelry. Okay. Name a fruit. Now, y'all don't tell, Mr. ElCid is a bald man, so don't tell him I said this one, okay? Name a fruit that reminds you of a bald head. Name a fruit that reminds you of a bald head. Top 4 answers. Okay, Trey, I know you're back on the last question, but the citizens who are with you will totally understand. Okay, and orange is number 3. I'm seeing what y'all are putting. And orange is number 3. I saw something else. Coconut, no. Plum, no. Mango, no. Cantaloupe, I will accept for a melon. Nola Darling is right behind it with a melon. So melon is number 1. Trey Mac comes in with number 2 with apple. Thank you. Peach is number 4, and number 3 is oranges. I did not see orange. Oh, Sam, you did say orange up ahead, but things were moving too fast for me to see it. So we got them all, but hey, that melon, that watermelon too. Some people have them lines in the, anyway, let me not go there. Not a grape. What kind of head is that? Don't answer that, Jet Black Straight. Peach's booty. But hey, some people have a peach fuzz here. Some people have here that like peach fuzz. So let's go over it. Number 1 is melon. Number 2 is apple. Number 3 is orange. And number 4 is peach. Okay. So name something. Jeff, you're going to get me in trouble. I already called out. Name something. This is, for ladies, we deal with men with beards, okay? Name something you would not want to find in your man's beard, okay? These brothers are out here with these thick, luscious beards. They're buying beard oil, but there's some things that you do not want to find in his beard. Trey Mac. Trey Mac, why are you so bad? Food. Yes, food is number 1 answer. Food is number 1 answer. Lint. You're kind of close, but no cigar. Food. Ticks. That's number 3 answer, Trey, is bugs. Smell of perfume. You're kind of close. Not worms. Not alcohol. So we have food is number 1. Bugs is number 3. Not cigarettes, but y'all are close. Nose candy. Yes, nose candy. Sorry. Nose candy. Yes, is number 2. Okay. Nose candy is number 2. And another woman sent Trey. I will accept that because they said makeup. And then makeup is from another woman. So number 1 is food. Number 2 is nose candy. Number 3 is bugs. And number 4 is makeup, not ashes. You mean from his cigarette? From his cigarette? Really? We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Juices. When you say juices, I'm thinking of juices you're drinking, not nose juices. When you said juices, I thought you said juice, like liquid juice, like orange juice, apple juice. Ew, Lady T-Bug. Ooh, 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 ooh. When you said juices, I saw the juices, but I didn't think you meant nose juices. Oh, fish juice. Oh, ooh. Okay, Nola, that's a whole different kind of juices. I'm thinking juice you could legally go buy at the store. Now, makeup, oh, that's a little bit different. Nose candy is not just candy, it's boogers, Sam. Boogers. Okay? Snot. Ladies, this is not a members live. This is not a members live. I said legally go to the store, go to your local supermarket. It's in a can or a bottle on the shelf, Nola darling. Yes, it is legal for him to go get his face covered in some of the woman's juices. But I'm saying something you when you said juice, I thought the store brand, like Tropicana. Sam is like, sorry, I asked. Hey, Sam, we are here to educate. So we got all 4 of them. Number 1 is food. Number 2 is the nose candy. Number 3 is bugs. And number 4 is makeup. Oh, only nose candy. I know book of sugar. I understand that, Nola darling. That is too funny. Yes. Some people refer to yes. Yes, I've heard people refer to it as nose candy as well. An indecent angel. Wait a minute, not indecent. I also know boogers known to be called, nose candy because, some people do. I had a teacher, an English teacher in high school who would eat her boogers. So we used to call it booger candy, nose candy. That's what we used to call it because she used to sit there in front of us and do that. She was an old lady. We put off the fact that she is an old lady, okay? If your mom Yes, Nola, I had an English teacher like that. She was an old lady. She used to stare off into space. She would have us stand and read in the class, and she would stare off into space, and she would go searching for candy in her nose, and she would eat it in front of us. That's what my English teacher used to do. Yes. That's what you meant, Lady T-Bug, but it was real boogers. Okay, it was real boogers. Bring back shame, girl. Now, as adults, we can laugh about it, but when we were teenage girls, we were flabbergasted. Okay, we were flabbergasted. So, y'all, that is what I have for you. She wouldn't grade my paper, girl. She got to grade your paper if you want to graduate high school. Okay, meet us in the members only lounge. The members only live is going to be Sunday. I think I have it scheduled for 8:30. I do have an entire schedule listed on my community wall for everyone. There will be a members only. It's going to be real how can I put it? It's going to be real busy for me this weekend. I will be here with you all in various capacities, but I have an entire schedule there for you to know where I'll be and how I'll be. So today was unscripted. Tomorrow, Saturday, is Project Runway at 5:05. Love is Blind reunion. I'm going to do a live reaction at 3:55. We're going to start because at 4 p.m. EST is when the actual reunion is released, because then it'll be 9 o'clock in the UK. Members only, 8:05 EST on Sundays. Not Sundays, but this Sunday, because Monday is a holiday. And Monday, for everyone who is not a member, is our regular unsolicited advice, where we get from mild to spicy. Okay, mild to spicy. But then Monday we also going to have the I didn't put it out there, but the Love is Blind. We're going to wrap it up with the panel as we usually do at 5 o'clock on Monday. So the schedule perfect, and thank you. You're welcome. I'm going to update it so I can put the live panel information for Monday. Yeah, you can't wait. I have lots of information for y'all traveling to Italy. I was hoping to have a travel agent with us to talk to the members, but they're scheduled. They're on holiday, so they couldn't do it. But members, I will have someone talking to y'all or just general about travel and that information. So yes, today's show was great. So y'all know where I'll be on the internet streets after this. At 7 o'clock, Lady T-Bug is live. Okay. I told y'all she has her crime watch, her true crime stories and stuff. So at 7 o'clock, I'll be over in Lady T-Bug's chat. Definitely. But thank y'all so much for being here. This has been fun as always on Fridays. Always send me, what you'd like to talk about on Fridays. We have good fun, good kiki. We're here almost an hour and a half. And it's unscripted. It's whatever you put in the post is where we start. We talk about music. We talk about the top 4 things or the top 3 things, and we go from there. It is unscripted. No Friday is the same. We can all tell you that. So I'm glad y'all are here. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. And make sure if you would like to talk to us real spicy in a membership, please consider becoming a member. You can be an ElCitizen or a delegate. Either one will get you access to all of my information early, and we have our weekly member lives. Another fun Friday. Yes, another fun. We always have fun on Fridays. Yes, have a great evening, everybody, and I'll see you on the next one.